Breaking news for you. Breaking news from Tigray, where since yesterday, Tigray soldiers have been protesting. Now it seems that the protests are spreading. A major general of Tigray military talked to protesters. Reportedly, one of his gunmen was beaten by protesters, and the protesters, who are Tigray soldiers, they refuse to open a main road in Tigray. Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Just a little clarification first, then I have a breaking news from Tigray and a story about a speech by a lieutenant colonel of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. I did a video a few hours ago about internal divisions in Fano. I mentioned a statement issued by Amhara Fano National Force. The statement has been in circulation for almost 24 hours. It was released yesterday. Since yesterday, AFNF has been silent, but after my video, some AFNF people, they distanced themselves from the statement. I'll explain all that in tonight's live chat after an hour. Firstly, I have two clips for you. First clip shows an officer of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. He delivered a speech on Ethiopian National Flag Day. Ethiopia observed Flag Day yesterday. A ceremony was organized. Several ENDF officers delivered speeches. One speech of an ENDF officer is in the news. What did he say? Second video, which I'm going to show you, it shows a main road blocked in Tigray, and some people can be seen trying to negotiate with the protesters. Watch the two clips, then I'll explain what is happening. The man in the first clip, ENDF officer, is a lieutenant, a colonel. His name is Sisse Demeke. Sisse Demeke. Serving officer of ENDF in service. We know that on Monday, Ethiopia celebrated Flag Day. It's not the first time. They've been doing it for years. Ceremonies were organized, attended by military officers. They delivered speeches. What did Sisse Demeke say? Well, Sisse Demeke clearly said that Eritrea and Egypt are working to stop Ethiopia from gaining sea access. He mentioned bandas, traitors. Several times he said traitors are conspiring with Ethiopian historical enemies, Egypt and Eritrea. He accused Fano, TPLF, Ola, that they're conspiring with Ethiopian historical enemies. They want to stop Ethiopia from gaining sea access, and these forces want to stop the development of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. That is why these forces must be eliminated, or at least they should not be a threat to Ethiopia. All these forces which he mentioned, he said these forces should not be a threat. They should be eliminated. So this is what Ethiopian military officers are saying. They say that these groups in Ethiopia, they're working on foreign agenda and they must be eliminated. No one is calling for dialogue. No one is saying talks should be held, that the two sides should reach their brothers, all Ethiopians. No. Military is being prepared. Minds of officers are being prepared, that they should be ready. That is why the people are dying, Ethiopians dying, but these people have no regrets. They're killing each other, and they think they're doing the right thing because they think the other side is a traitor. Fano Ola TPLF, they say Abiy is working against Ethiopians. Abiy forces say that Fano Ola TPLF, they are implementing Eritrean Egyptian agenda. They're traitors. So both are calling each other traitors. That is why the wars which are happening are deadly. They're killing each other. They have no regret, no remorse, and they want to eliminate their rival, which won't happen. They just keep on killing each other. Second verse. Many stories from Tigray. We know that on Monday, Tigray military members took to the streets. Army 22 and Army 44 members protested. In Makale, they blocked Makale to Kwiha Road. And you know what they want? They want salaries. They want enough salary, sufficient to meet their needs. They want DDR benefits to continue. They want equal treatment. These people yesterday stormed Tadesse Verede, president of Tigray's office. They entered the office, actually. They could not enter Debretsian's office, TPS chairman's office. They went there, they could not enter. It means they entered the high security zone. That is why some say these Tigray soldiers have the backing of some groups. Some individuals from military or maybe from TPLF, they're backing these protesters. And they want change in Tigray. Tadesse could be removed this year. So yesterday they protested and then they dispersed. Today they again protested, and today's protest is now turning into a bigger protest. It was Army 22 and 44 yesterday. Today Army 15 joined. Army 33 members joined. Army 92 members joined, reportedly. Entire road from Makale to Adigrat is blocked in different locations. In Agula, Wakro, Negash, Ozan, in several other places, Tigray military members have blocked the main road. Important thing is that Masho Bijine tried to talk to protesters. Masho is a major general of the Tigray military. He is a relative of Fisseha Kedan, who is head of peace and security in Tigray. Masho, Johannes, and Migbe are three generals who are accused of openly supporting TPLF. Fisseha is not far behind, by the way. And Masho Bijine, if you remember, spearheaded the dismantlement of pro-Getachew governments when Getachew was removed in Idaga Hamas, in Adigrat. Masho Bijine forces dismantled local governments there, which were pro-Getachew, the anti-TPLF. And pro-TPLF governments were installed there, backed by Masho Bijine. Masho talked to protesters. I showed you the video, and if you watched closely, you might have seen Masho Bijine standing there talking to the protesters, who are Tigray military soldiers. They refuse to open the road. Some sources say the protesters beat a gunman of Mashubine, and Kalashnikov of one gunman of Mashubine was snatched by protesting Tigray soldiers. Mashubine fled, or you can say he left. So this is what is happening. Tigray soldiers are confronting their general, Major General Mashubine, one of the senior officers in Tigray. Either they are frustrated, they're not being paid enough, they are seeing a war coming, they have no appetite for war, or they have the backing of some elements from within Tigray, and those elements want change in Tigray. Let's see. How will the salaries be increased? I mean, Tigray is not being supported by federal government. International community is dragging its feet. Tigray has limited resources. If a war breaks out, Tigray will have even less resources, uh, fewer resources. That is why this time the unity is missing in Tigray. The unity, which was one of the main characteristics of the war between Tigray forces and federal forces in 2020. Thanks for watching.